Grief from a loss of a loved one is a challenging thing to handle alone. Lisa's Legacy is here to discuss how they provide compassionate conversations and hope. And joining me is Ann Filler, the president and CEO. Hi, Ann.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes,
thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining me. So this topic is just such an important one, and I think it is something that everyone should be reminded of, that when they go through something, there's people that care. And that is what your nonprofit organization is all about. So share with us about Lisa's Legacy.
Lisa's Legacy Lisa was our youngest daughter, and she passed away at age 33. Shortly after the funeral, a friend came to call on us, Tracy Martin, and she brought a gift bag and a book, a list of grief counselors and support groups in this area, as well as a touchstone for my husband, my other daughter, and myself. But the best thing was she sat and talked with us and let us talk about Lisa. And we laughed, we cried. It was just one of the best feelings to have someone helping us with our grief.
Yeah, and it's like a moment that a little bit goes a long way.
Yes.
You know, it's like the items that maybe in the midst of so much that you're having to process from your loss, you don't think about that you may need through that time, and then someone spending that quality time with you.
And probably about 6 weeks later, I talked to Tracy again, and I said, I want to do for others what you did for us. That was so important because I really didn't know how to help someone who was grieving.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to do that.
Yeah.
And that's how Lisa's Legacy got started. We put together people who had skills that I don't have. I'm a retired elementary teacher, so this is way out of my league. But at the same time, I knew it was important to help others as they want to support someone who's grieving.
And so you started putting together these grief kits.
Yes, we started with a bag, designed the logo, someone on our board, another art teacher from school and her daughter designed this. And then we put items in it that we found were either helpful during the grief time or brought comfort. So there's about 6 to 8 items.
Yes.
And we started with adult bags. And then eventually someone said, well, is there anything there for my children whose grandparents had passed away? And so we developed bags that are for children 5 and under, 6 to 10-year-olds, 11 and 12 preteen age, and then teenagers. And adult bags. So there's all kinds of bags that we can offer or custom make for people. So
that's wonderful. And so let's talk about your upcoming event this week on May 4th. Share with us what's going to happen.
It's at the Cinema Center, which is on the corner of Berry and Clay. The actual entrance is on Berry Street. And it will start at 6 o'clock from 6 to 7. There'll be a social time. And the Cinema Center actually has 2 rooms, a lounge, a big open area, and then the theater itself. From 6 to 7, we'll have a social time in the lounge area where it'll be catered and with hors d'oeuvres and sweets, beer, wine, pop, and bottled water, as well as a display of what's in all of the bags. And then we move everybody into the theater itself, and there's an 8-minute video that explains what Lisa's Legacy is, as well as 3 people from our board who share their grief stories. One is talking about when his brother died, another one when her husband died, and a third one talking about when a 2nd grade student of hers passed away during the school year. And also the Indiana State Representative Kyle Miller is on that video as well. And then we go into the movie, or then the movie will start right after that.
Yeah, so this is a night of cinema, a night of celebration, and just a night of community coming together to support this organization. Because of course with nonprofits, fundraising is so important.
Yes.
So you all can survive. So what a participant, an attendee, they can experience a screening of a new movie called Land.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Which is by Robin Wright, acclaimed actress. And that's really exciting. So they get that exclusive peek of that film while also having a social hour, like you said, learning so much about your organization and just really being able to hear those stories.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
our bags they are free to someone who wants one. We are funded totally by donations, grants, or an event such as this.
Yes.
Tickets are $35, only $35. So
Yeah.
I think that's a really good deal for an
Yes.
evening like this.
Yeah, it sounds very nice. Very, very nice. And if someone is suffering from grief or loss and they do want to contact you all, what is the best way to get in contact to be able to receive a kit?
We have a website. It's called lisaslegacyofhope.org. And that one, you can connect with that. We also have places all over this Fort Wayne area and Northeast Indiana where they can go to those sites and walk in the door and say, I'd like a Lisa Legacy bag. And the receptionists know, and they'll just get a person a bag.
Yeah. Well, that's wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Ann, for coming in and sharing about Lisa's story and most importantly, continuing her legacy.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
If you would like more information about Lisa's legacy, we'll have their website listed below, and I'll see you after the break.